Hello, welcome to the first episode of History's Greatest Mysteries and Myths. First topic of this discussion today will be the Titanic. So many things have come out about the Titanic, especially recently. It seems like there's always somebody that has a theory on what happened. And, of course, we all know it struck the iceberg and it sank. But among the other theories, there was one that it never sank. That it was actually the Olympic. Another one is it was purposely sunk. The expansion joints theory. Which tries to talk about how the breakup might have happened. There's a lot of different theories on that too. There's one I'm looking at right now where it's different angle. It may not have been high up in the air as they originally thought. Well, it's possible, I guess, but again, the problem with that is nobody knows for sure. So that's why when you watch these documentaries, I mean, these people know what they're talking about, but they don't know everything. So we know that it split in two. We know that the bow section, the front section, is obviously bigger than the stern on the ocean floor, but we don't know with 100% certainty where it split. It's really impossible to know that with 100% certainty. I mean, I'm looking at my die-cast model of the Titanic, which is right here, and could have happened around the third funnel. It didn't happen in maybe right at the third funnel, but it didn't happen in front of it because that would have made the bow section too big, and the bow section on the ocean floor is a little bit bigger than that, so it has to be at least at the third funnel or just behind it. Could be a little further back. We know it's somewhere in the section of the third funnel is where the split happened. So that's obviously where a weak spot was. Lots of people have done different things on it where they try to do reenactments for the animation of like how it might have happened. I know that James Cameron did it, and his called The Final Word. But the problem with that is that this is probably why it's not on, a DVD or anything by itself, and it's also not on the other National Geographic one that was released that year. But Mr. Robert Ballard's is triple feature you can get from Amazon. Includes that and two others, but The Final Word's not one of them, so that should tell you something right there. It's a good watch, I'll give it that, but James Cameron is not an oceanographer, he's not a historian, he's not an undersea explorer. Yes, he has gone down to sea like the Titanic and the Bismarck, but going down to see him doesn't make you an expert. So with that, I mean, Yeah, I've seen the final word. I mean, I went and watched the animation again the other day. I mean, it's really no different than what everybody else has done in the other documentaries, and the guys like the History Channel and stuff, they're the experts. So, for 15 grand, you can actually, at least last I knew it was 15 grand, you could actually go down and see the Titanic yourself. So, but even if you go down and see it, I mean, you're not going to know what happened on that night because you weren't there. But, like I said, we know it sunk, we know it split in two, but, well, some people still like to have their theories, I guess. There was a fire in a coal bunker, but that did not contribute to the sinking. They actually put that out. I'm trying to find out when they put it out. Alright. Oh, I know they put it out, but there's plenty of other things. Of course, the Titanic was practically unsinkable. Some people dispute that it was never called that. Never claimed she was unsinkable. But I don't know. That's questionable. Then Titanic was the first ship to use one of the first ships to use the SOS. I'm just reading these. Just hold on, just bear with me for a second. I'm just reading these other stories about the Titanic. Looks like the Titanic wasn't Christian. White Star Line didn't Christian their ships. Well, that may be why so many sunk. Everybody knows you're supposed to smash a bottle on the front of it for good sailing. But of course, another thing about the interesting thing about the Titanic is there was a ship. There was a book about a ship. It was written in 1888 or 1898. Sorry, 1898, right? Yeah, 1898. 1888 was Hatfield's and McCoy's Battle of Grapevine Creek. Sorry, got that on my mind today. Yeah, getting a little off. Well, not really off topic, but Bill Paxton, who was in the movie Titanic 1997, passed away last Saturday, so rest in peace. You were a great actor, sir. If you haven't checked out some of Bill Paxton's other works, as I just mentioned, Hatfields and McCoys, where he plays Randolph McCoy. Kevin Costner plays Devil Anse Hatfield. It's just a great film. He's also in one I got right here called Texas Rising. Long movie though, about 7.5 hours. So, because it's a miniseries, so don't plan on doing much if you're going to sit and watch that, but it is great and really done well. It's got an all-star cast aside from Bill Paxton. It has Brandon Fraser, Ray Liotta, Crispin Glover, a lot of other stars in it. Chris Christopherson, Jake Busey, Jeff Fahey, Jeremy Davies, who is currently on the Sleepy Hollow Season 4 show. Yeah, so, great film. And, of course, everybody knows Twister. Great movie. He actually wanted to do a sequel to Twister, but Warner Brothers, being the idiot company that they are, obviously didn't take it seriously, and so there's probably not going to be a Twister 2 now, which I wouldn't want one, because it's just, without the main guy, it's just like the new Fast and the Furious is going to be lacking. That new storyline I saw that they did, and they're going to screw it up even more. Bill Paxton was also in, he played Frank James in the movie Frank and Jesse. Now, I haven't seen that one, but I picked it up and looked at it in the store enough times, so I think I'll probably just pick it up, because he's been good in everything else he's been in, so it's just too bad that happened. I mean, when I read the news article, I was hoping it was fake, but as with what happened to Paul Walker in 2013, it wasn't. It turned out to be real news. So we lost another great one. But they did where they went down to see the Titanic again. James Cameron, he took Bill Paxton with him. And it's called Ghosts of the Abyss. You can get it. It's definitely really good. It's better than the Final Word. The Final Word's, it's got some good parts in it. I mean, that's probably why it's only a bonus feature on the Titanic Blu-ray or whatever it is, extended cut. It's not a standalone feature. Sometimes I guess that's the only way you can get something like that, is if you put it as a special feature. Ghost of the Abyss is good. They did that. He asked Bill Paxton to go down with him, and he said yes. So it was really good. He was definitely crushed by what happened to Bill Paxton passed, because if you read his Twitter, he said he was trying to wrap his head around that it happened. I mean, it's just so shocking. I know I'm having a hard time dealing with it myself. I was a big fan of Bill Paxton. I mean, I was going to watch Twister, but I'm going to wait, because it's really hard to watch something of somebody that just barely passed, because, it makes you think of them as still alive. And sometimes you forget that person's gone. I mean, I guess it's not a bad thing, but still, I mean, because, you think, oh, I'd like to meet him, and then you remember, and you're like, oh, yeah. But that's why when Paul Walker passed, same thing. I couldn't watch any of his stuff for a while till it really, sunk in. But it happens, I guess. I mean, it's one thing if you're already watching like a movie or a TV show or something where the person's been gone for years. Like, I watch a lot of Vincent Price movies. I mean, I didn't know of him when he died. I was only like 7, so that he came later, but he's the king of horror. And which brings me to my next topic, the Bermuda Triangle. This movie I just showed you saw Bermuda tentacles. I know if you've seen my other videos, which I know some of you have, I've talked about the Bermuda Triangle before. Well, Bermuda Triangle is San Juan, Puerto Rico, Bermuda, of course, and Miami, Florida. But now a lot of disappearances happen there. I mean, people have their theories about that as well, like foul weather and stuff. But the thing about that is that the weather there is different. In the Bermuda Triangle, a storm can come out of nowhere and then disappear 5 seconds later. As if it was never there at all. I mean, that doesn't happen. Well, it doesn't happen anywhere else except for maybe the other triangles, which I'll get to after. They try to say that it was human error, all this, and I was like, over 1,000 ships and planes, and human error, that's your excuse? Now, there's a book out there that you want to watch out for, and by watching out, I don't mean buy it, and I don't mean read it. It's called Bermuda Triangle Mystery Solved by Larry Kush, and, okay, this guy is a skeptic. This book was written for skeptics by a skeptic, okay? So do not buy that frickin' book. Unless you're a skeptic, then, whatever, waste your money. In that case, I guess you're having a fun life being a skeptic who doesn't believe in anything. But the thing about the Bermuda Triangle is that people are always trying to explain it. And I was watching this other one that I have called the Devil's Triangle. And or Mystery of the Devil's Triangle. I don't know. It's got Devil's Triangle in the name. But anyways, they try to explain it, and there's like maybe one of the things that they could explain, or that they thought they could explain, and the rest are like, oh, I don't know. Because you can't explain something that can't be explained. You think that science can explain everything? Well, where's the cure for cancer? Where's the cure for the common cold? Why do some people eat more than others? Why do some people act differently than other people? Why are so many people becoming vegetarians now? Science explain any of that? I doubt it. Same thing. Science can't explain everything. And people, you're just going to have to accept that. Some things can't be explained, and the Bermuda Triangle and their other triangles are one of them. I mean, yeah, they may find the small craft, like small boats when they sink in there, but like all the big ships and stuff, that they don't find now. And I've heard of stuff like the Puerto Rican trench and like 12 miles down and shit like that. And I was like, well, even if that was the case, the Puerto Rican trench is only in one section. Okay, that's not the whole triangle, so that doesn't explain everything else. So, and then there's Flight 19, December 5th, 1945. A group of Navy Avenger bombers disappeared on a routine mission, and the flying boat that was searching for them also disappeared. Now they say that they ran out of gas and all that, and this and that. And the thing is that there've been several instances where they found planes like that. But yet, when they check all the serial numbers and they check all that shit, it's never the planes that disappeared in the triangle. It's always other planes from, somebody else that disappeared that wasn't in the Bermuda Triangle. So, what does that tell you? It's been it'll be 72 years this year. And they're still looking for those planes. Well, clearly you guys didn't see Close Encounters of the Third Kind. But, yeah, the Bermuda Triangle is, as I said in my other videos, it doesn't take everything. It takes what and who it wants. You see somebody like that skeptic, Larry Kush, or Cash, however the hell the name is. I'm pretty sure the Bermuda Triangle wouldn't take him because, why would the Triangle want somebody like that? That'd be something the Triangle just let pass us through. It's just, okay, you're an idiot, get out of here. Yeah. That guy's a moron. He really is. And, the, History Channel did one called The Mystery of the Bermuda Triangle or something like that. Would have been good, but, they had to bring him into it. Killed the whole thing. So, yeah, that Decoding the Past one there, yeah. Not worth it. You want good shows on the Bermuda Triangle, one with Vincent Price is really good. It's called The Devil's Triangle. He narrates it. On YouTube, there's a here on YouTube, there's a movie called Lost in the Bermuda Triangle. It came out in 1998. It's really done well. There was also one I think is still on here. That little blonde-haired kid that was on that show Seventh Heaven was on it. And it was a pilot movie called Bermuda Triangle, which if it had been picked up, he wouldn't have been on Seventh Heaven. But it would have been a good show. It's just no network picked it up. You know what I mean? Freaking, it's amazing some of the shit that's on freaking that the networks do have. Like, I don't know why the hell freaking The Simpsons is still going. Aside from that freaking aside from their Halloween show, that freaking show is not what it used to be. Okay, so there's one called Bermuda Triangle Secrets Revealed that Discovery Channel, I guess, did. It's not great, but it's watchable. It's watchable. I mean, and then the other one's Charles Berlitz's The Bermuda Triangle. It's probably the best one that you can get. He's also got a book, of course. Yeah, that guy Larry Kush criticizes them. He's well, you can tell by the reviews if you look at the reviews of that book, Bermuda Triangle Mystery Solved on Amazon. You can tell all the reviewers are skeptics just like him. So don't even bother with that book. I mean, I noticed that I was going through some books last year, I think it was, that I somehow freaking had a copy of that. And I didn't even bother putting in that free library thing across the street. I just tore it up and threw it in the recycle bin. Better than anybody else being, subjected to it. But, yeah, I mean, there's people that don't want to believe in anything. I mean, just like there's ghosts out there, whether you've seen one, whether you've felt or heard, whatever. They exist. And I had some people say that, they don't believe in ghosts, but they believe in, like the spirits of the afterlife. And I was like, well, it's the same thing. You can't have one without the other. Okay, spirit, ghost, it's all the same. It's all the same deal. No matter how you look at it. And there's paranormal investigators out there, though. Yeah, some are legit, because there's actually some that don't ask for any money. They do it on their own accord, at their own expense. See, those are real. There are ones out there that just try to collect a buck, but they're not all like that. So, you can't... I mean, I'd be willing to do my own investigating if I had the stuff to do it. There's more out there than just what people see on a day-to-day basis. But it's like all these things that are supposed to be extinct, like a goblin shark. If you don't know what a goblin shark is, look it up. It's pretty creepy looking. Its mouth is like down here and its snout sticks out to here. And there's a movie I got called Malibu Shark Attack that has those in it. I thought it was just something they created for the movie, but no. It's a shark that's I thought was extinct. It's still around. It's pretty elusive though. You don't see too many of them. There's a lot of just like I watched this documentary a while back that basically looks like that shark, the megalodon, could still be around. A lot of people would dispute that, but I was like, you're not going to see something that doesn't want to be seen. Less than 5% of the ocean has been explored. Okay, so you're not going to see, even if it's a big size. The shark was 60 feet. With a 10-foot wide jaw. So if you do see it, you're probably not going to see it a second time. Thing about it is they supposedly were last seen when humans first started coming into the scene, like 2 million years ago. And a trip to the beach back then would probably not be a good idea. As if people complain now, I mean, like like tiger shark or something swimming out there. Can you imagine a megalodon swimming around when you want to go swimming? Yeah, that would ruin your day. Ruin more than that, but yeah. But I don't think the megalodon's extinct personally. I think still maybe a few out there. They're probably just elusive, but something that's been around for that long, you're not going to see it if it doesn't want to be seen. Look how long they thought the... Hi, Raven. Come here. This is my black cat, Raven. She wants to say hello. Say hi. Say hi. Yep. Yeah, I guess she wanted to pop up. But look how long they thought the goblin shark was they thought the goblin shark was extinct for the longest time, and then that popped up, and there's been other things too. They thought that giant squid didn't exist, and they're finding those. Oh, those are big. Those are big fuckers too. Some of those giant squids. The thing is, they're portrayed as in movies and stuff. They're portrayed as mean. Well, squids are pretty aggressive. From what I gather, I wouldn't want to encounter one, especially one of those big, huge ones. Yeah. Screw that. There's big ass octopuses out there. Octopuses are very intelligent creatures. I seen this video surveillance of one that they had in an aquarium, and he decided he wanted out. He wanted out of the aquarium, and he got out. He somehow got into a little drain thing that went to the ocean and got himself out. So now that, I don't know whether they got another one or not, but the aquarium was one less octopus. That was funny though. Octopuses are very intelligent creatures. There's also another YouTube video of this guy. They filmed this little crabs by the tide pool, and then the freak octopus leaps out of the tide pool and grabs the crab and takes him back in. That was awesome. But anyways, I think that's about it for now. So, as I said, this is episode 1 of History's Greatest Mysteries. I'll have other topics later down the road, and I'll do my other videos too. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this, and have a nice day.